Okay, trust me, boys, you're going to want to pay attention to this video. I'm going to be going through my entire appointment setting workflow. This is going to be literally the template, the how I hire my appointment setters, how I train my appointment setters, the workflow behind my entire agency system when it comes to my appointment setters. And yeah, so this can be hugely valuable video. I just want to say quickly, if you aren't in the agency network free Discord, get in the free Discord. It will be linked below. And there's a free course in there for you guys. So yeah, let's get into it. So first of all, I want to go through the initial kind of workflow behind the appointment setters, and then we can go into the job post, the hiring system, the growth team, how I actually train my appointment setters, and yeah, get into it. Okay, so first of all, when you decide your agency obviously needs appointment setters to scale, which I really highly suggest if you have upfront capital, investing in appointment setters as quickly as possible, because they're just going to scale your outbound, and it's going to become a lot more easier to book appointments. So you need to go through the hiring, right? So you start with the job post, obviously. This is the job post that we're using currently. So $2 per hour and 10% commission per close. So you can just go, okay, I just go like this. Obviously, their requirements. Hi, my name is, I put Luke. I'm looking to scale my agency and bring on systems in the form of appointment setters. My agency is not a new agency. We're looking for quality team members who we can work closely with and perform the job well. Okay, so the job role is outbound prospect on Instagram and Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, just depending on what we want them to leverage in. You need to send a connecting message, so the first actually message you'll send for outbound. The follow-ups, conversation flow to book appointments, then undergo shadowing and training sessions from our growth specialist. Okay, cool. So pay is a 1-day trial, and then the 2 hours, $2 per hour, maybe $3 per hour. We just have leverage to say $2 because we have a good agency, unlike you guys. And then Slack communication and daily checkups, KPIs, and standard operating procedures. So messages sent, follow-ups, warm prospects, calls booked, Loom sent, VSL request, etc. What we're going to do is we're going to copy this job post. We're going to go to Upwork. We're going to go short-time work. Doesn't really matter. Appointment setter. You could go virtual assistant, but I prefer to nail down as an appointment setter, just because you're going to get much better people. Lead generation. If we go to the skills, we're going to go for scheduling. We're going to go for lead sourcing or lead generation, lead sourcing here. Appointment setting. Appointment setting, and yeah, we'll just go with that. Sales, you could also add in lead generation, outbound sales, all that kind of stuff. If you're doing cold calling, you can do cold call as well. Quick, straightforward tasks. How long would take? I mean, it really doesn't matter what you put. To be honest, don't overthink it. Expert. Is it contract to hire? Yes. So opportunity to hire full time. You want to go worldwide because obviously you don't want to cap yourself out. Now, on this hourly rate, you could either go project budget, so you could pay them on a monthly basis, or you could actually pay them on an hourly basis. So you could go, from it needs to be $3, yeah. So you'd have to put $3, but then you can obviously tell them after, like, it's going to be $2, or you could just set them on $3 as well. You're probably going to find not that many for $2, so you have to get pretty lucky. But $3, you'll find a bunch of appointment setters for you to use. Okay, so you can go project budget. So let's say you're paying them $200 for the month. That's fine as well. Description. This is where we type in our job post. Obviously, you guys would obviously it's telling me to remove some stuff, but you guys would put your name and then your agency name or whatever, and go from there. And once you've done that, you're going to get a bunch of replies, and that's how you're actually going to get your initial appointment setters into your business. Okay. Then, so once we've done the job post, we move on to the hiring system, okay? So we're going to send them to the actual hiring system, and it looks a little bit like this. So you just go, hey, you must go through every document in order to watch every video we share. If this training period is successful, you book a call to complete into our final onboarding into our team. We're an agency who likes to work closely with our employees and reward you when good work is completed. It's very important when you understand which prospects to target and how to message them. So the next stage and you'll have your contract as well here. And if they don't oblige to your demands, then just don't get them. Like, I remember thinking, like, okay, so it's my company, so why am I like Why am I not doing the contracts that I want to do? Why am I not hiring in the way I want to hire? And that's why I come up with just, do the contracts, do the hiring system, right? Qualified prospects. So you should only be messaging prospects if they meet our requirements. And then you put a bunch of training videos below, like very, very basic standard beginner training videos. And then you list like what the prospect's requirements are. So say you're messaging online coaches. So it'd be like online coaches / consultants. Consultants. Say if the follower range is like 5,000 to 15k followers. Sales online program. And then you would do a quick training video on how they would actually go and find these prospects. So let's say if it's Instagram, it would just be a video of you outbound prospecting on Instagram and show them how to do it. And then you'll show them what's find qualified lead, how to actually put it into the outreach tracking sheet. So the profile URL, and then the first text message, and then a couple days follow up 1, couple days follow up 2, and so on from there. Okay, and you would just show them how to put it in and how to kind of structure that workflow. Yeah, cool. And then cool. So once they've gone through the hiring system, what's going to end up happening is they're going to understand who you need to target. There's going to be a video on how to do it, a video on how to use the outreach tracking sheet. And once they understand the requirements, the next thing they're going to go towards is the test trial. Okay, so they're going to click on test trial. You could also put here need help or support email. A separate email. Would actually say you would have like a different email, like a different Gmail for all of this, instead of your main one, because otherwise it's just going to get so fluctuated. And if you're doing this for like editors, if you're doing this for appointment setters, then yeah, it's just going to become ridiculous to actually track. Cool. So instructions are, this is our instruction. You can structure your test trial how you would want it. Create own Google Sheets with Facebook / Instagram URL. List your niche. By the way, guys, if you want the training, the templates, and all this stuff, it's all in Private Entry Network. So yeah, you can go there if you. I don't want to see any comments. Send me the stuff and send me the actual training that you use. No, like, just not gonna do that. And call me a dickhead, but cool. So email, whatever email you want to set up. The subject lines are meeting set a test trial. And then they would link to the Google Sheets and previous appointment setting work. I've put here, if previous appointment setting work isn't included in the final submission, you will not be hired, okay? What we want to get here, the whole point of this is, one, we want to see their work ethic. So one, we want to see, if we set them to do a task, are they going to follow through? Are they going to work really hard? And are they going to do this? And two, we want to see the actual ability of their lead sourcing, okay? Because that's really important when it comes to appointment setting. You could send, let's say you send 300 connection messages, sorry. If they're all to the wrong prospect, then it doesn't matter? No. Okay, so targeting the right people is really, really important. I would also put here Loom video of you doing it, so you can see their general competence of just like going around and actually finding these leads. So Loom video of you completing task. And then they would put this all in the email that they send to you. So they would send the Google Sheets, they would send the previous appointment setting work, and they would send this Loom video of them completing the task. Okay, and then once you have like 5-7 videos, you can actually move on to the interview phase. Why I don't move on to the interview phase after they've just sent like their job post or whatever? Because bro, I just don't know how good they are. I just don't know their general competence. A lot of people can lie on job posts. A lot of people can chat, waffle, but when you actually put them into the deep end, you test their general ability to go out there and get shit done. You test their ability to, you test like how good they are at the actual requirements, how well they can learn, how well they can undergo training. And this is actually going to find a much better employee for your company, because at the end of the day, you're bringing on people that's going to scale your agency. It's not like an easy decision. It's not a decision that should be quick. A lot of people just go straight into like, okay, I've got this guy on Fiverr, or I've got this guy on Upwork, and he's going to do this, and it doesn't work out. And I'm like, well, it's pretty obvious why. I want to also say to all the just losers in the Discord saying, I'm hiring appointment setters, commission only. Bro, you know nothing about business. Like, it cringes me out when I see people in the Discord saying, I'm hiring appointments. I provided the training. It's 15% commission only. And you think you're going to scale a really good business? You think you know anything about business by doing that? Like, you're just an idiot. Like, so don't be an idiot. Don't put in any Discord, or don't try and hire people on commission only. There's a reason why your company will never scale. You'll never make income, and you'll never be able to actually not work a 9-to-5 job. Like, because that's just not how any company has ever grown. Like, that's just ridiculous. Okay. Cool. So, and then we just say good luck from X team, and we hope to see you in the final interview phase. Okay. So once I've gone through the interview, I'm not actually going to click on the VA interview script because I don't want to give everything away, but you would move them to the interview phase. Okay, so once you've actually received the emails, you've seen who can be competent and who you actually thinks can be good in the job role, you're going to move on to the interview phase. Okay, and then once we have that appointment setter, so you onboard the setter. So after the interview, you see who's good enough, you see who speaks the best English, you see who's the best motivated, all that good stuff. You're going to onboard your setter, and then you're going to move them into the growth team / final training. Well, this is what I do. You don't have to. So this is a copy of the growth team sheet. So pretty much you're going to put the name of the appointment there, the email. You're going to do current skill ability. So are they beginner? Are they intermediate? Are they good? Are they excellent? Are they client ready? Their liability, low, medium, high. So liability comes down to how quick they are. Whether they're working for another role at the moment, that would be high liability. Because say if they've got another full-time job, they're that's high liability because perhaps they're just going to quit, or perhaps they're busy and stuff like this. Their speed, so how quick are they? Like, just how quick are they to undergo training, undergo a task, and all that good stuff. Okay, so how quick are they actually to do the task? How quick were they to do the hiring sheet? How quick were they to source the leads and all this stuff? So you can actually put down low, medium, or high. And I actually like speed as like a good trait with an appointment setter. I think if your setter is super slow, it's not going to really work out long term. And then motivation level, right? It's the same thing, low, medium, or high. So how motivated are they to work? Is this a really big opportunity for them? Are they authentically not doing too well, like they haven't got too much income in their personal life, and could this be a really big opportunity for them? Therefore, they're going to work harder. You always want to find people whose motivation's high. If the motivation's low, what's going to end up happening is that, well, you've guessed it, they're not going to want to work with you for a very long time, and they're just not going to work very hard. And if they don't work very hard, then ultimately you're not going to get really good employees. Okay, so we like to try. So we believe these at my agency. We believe this is the 3 most important traits. So what's their liability? Ideally, you want to go low liability, high speed, high motivation level. Okay, and then the current skill level, excellent. Okay, that would be like an ideal appointment setup. But it more looks like this: intermediate, medium, and then high, because it is a good opportunity. Cool. And then you move them on to training, right? So you've got training 1, training 2, training 3, training 4. Okay, so you go. If I can click. Don't know why I can't click, but yeah, you pretty much, there you go. So not attended, in progress, completed, or approved. So, if it's not attended, obviously they just didn't attend the training. They weren't willing to work very hard in the end. If it's in progress, this is just them in the actual training, so they're currently doing the task they need to do. If it's completed, obviously they've completed, but they're just waiting for approval. So my growth specialist would actually go over and say whether it's completed or not. So whether the actual ability was that good. And if they have to do it again, the growth specialist would just say, hey, you need to complete this task again, okay? And then once they're approved, you can actually move on to training 2, right? And then it's exactly the same thing: not attended, in progress, completed, or approved. Now, this is a copied sheet. We usually have like 9 setters at a time being trained, because it takes a bit of time. Like, this process takes some time. Some speed through it really quick, but others it takes time. So yeah, okay. And then training 2. So the first training would just be understanding your offer, lead sourcing, conversation flow, then understanding the KPIs and SOPs, okay? Again, it would be in progress, and once they've been approved by a team member, they would go approved and move on to training 3, and then it would be not attended, in progress, and all this stuff as well, because they're completed, approved, and all that stuff. Exactly the same training 4: not attended, in progress, completed, approved, and then final shadow approved as well. And if I can move across, It would just be yes or no. So once the final shadow is approved, we move them into the daily trial. So the day trial, where they'll either outbound on IG or Facebook outbound or LinkedIn outbound, whatever we want to actually put them on. Obviously, you guys will have your ideal appointment setting channels that you're going to leverage. But once they have been approved with a final training session, so the final shadowing session, then we'll put them onto the full kind of trial. Okay. Cool. And then once obviously the daily trial is done, if they should have done the training right, so they shouldn't be bad. Like once they've been approved through the growth team, so training 1, training 2, training 3, etc. They shouldn't actually be they should be competent enough to actually do the task at hand, and then we hire them. So we hire them full time, so 5 days per week, 5 hours per day. Okay. Once they've done the day trial and whatever we assign them on, so if we already have a setter on IG, we'll probably move them to Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter, and vice versa. Okay, but that's how we structure the whole process. And once they're hired, obviously it's 5 days per week, 5 hours per day. And the workflow looks a little bit something like this. So at the end of the day, they'll send a daily report on the messages sent, the warm leads the warm leads they've had a conversation with, any appointment booked, Loom requests, so whether a prospect's actually said, yeah, send me a VSL over, send me a Loom over, so I can know a bit more about your offer. And then they'll send those daily reports at the end of every single day. Post week 1, so after they've done a full week, so a full 5 days in our business, then our growth specialist will go again, and they'll go shadowing session and skill refinement. It's basically mainly focused on skill refinement, just making sure that they are up to scratch with everything we want them to be, and there's usually after this session here. So as you can see, it's a pretty long process. We don't just hire a VA and that's it. After the hiring system, so the initial phase of the hiring system, once they've been put for the growth training, and once they've done a daily trial, and they've kind of got used to our workflow, so we put them in Slack as well. Then we actually do this after post week 1. We'll do a refining session, and then after that, they're pretty much good to go for the rest of their career at our business. So yeah, it's all good, and that's how we structure the workflow. Obviously, we use the VA tracking sheet, and I just thought I'd just run you guys through this really quick. I thought that was a ton of value for you guys. All I ask for a return is, leave a like on the video, leave a comment because it boosts engagement. So just say yo, that was a fire video. That would actually really help me out. Sub and yeah, if you haven't added me on Instagram, it's lukejackson.mx. Go follow me over there. If you aren't in the Agency Network free Discord, get in the free Discord, use the free course. Some guys don't use it because they're lazy, but yeah, and I'll see you in the next one.